Hey guys, Ben Egli. I'm here with Joe today. We're going to talk about a drill and a bunch of different concepts on how do we safely open our guard, especially if we're newer, if our opponent is better than us or is bigger than us. It's kind of no man's land, white to blue belt. You don't really get a good open guard until purple belt. A lot of people are afraid to do it because they know they're going to get passed and smash and all that kind of stuff. So this is a drill that I've kind of developed. It can be oversimplified to focus on just certain areas. We're going to talk about those in a second. But it can also, once we've mastered the basic kind of confines of it, we can then elaborate and build upon it more. You'll go off in a million different tangents. This drill is going to help you build confidence and mobility on the bottom with an open guard, which will in turn lead to sweeps and submissions. So again, this drill, at first, we need to kind of break it down. We need to put some rules and restrictions on it so we can focus on the key aspects. And then again, from there, once we've mastered those, we can build onto it and we can go many different directions. So to make it simple, pick a grip to control the upper body with. There's many grips, but kind of pick one. So what I've kind of recommend to my guys is we can go double unders. This is a little bit tricky for this drill because the guy does have some posts available. I could go both over, grabbing the belt. This is really great because again, we're trying to build confidence. We don't want this guy to pass. A huge part of playing open is still control. A lot of times people think open guard is just, I'm not touching anything, everything's loosey-goosey. No, I'm gonna have a good belt grip. I could be over under for no gi. I could just have a body lock or gi. I could be double over. This one's almost cheating. This one's really good. If you really need help with this, double over is going to be a really dominating control because he doesn't have any posts. So establishing your grip. So whatever grip I establish, great. My partner, at first, his only job is to not be a total dead fish, have a little bit of base, but not resist. He's not trying to posture hard or do anything else like that. So those are the grips. Now we're going to talk about the main focus of this drill, which is hips, kicks, and lifts. So we're going to talk about each one of those real quick. So for the hips, again, closed guard or open guard doesn't need to be far away. I can open my guard and be close. So I have my grips, especially if I've got this belt grip here. I'm too close to get my feet on his body to work my kicks and lifts, specifically with the butterfly hook. So the first thing I need to do is create space. So the hips in this drill comes from shrimping out to create space so I can get my feet on it. So right here, I just have kind of feet on the hips. Okay, I scoot it out using my hips to get enough distance. Now kicks, this is something that I don't think enough people use. Kicks refers to getting on the knee and kicking that post out. Okay, very underutilized. So just getting on the knee, pulling his upper body, kicking the leg. Now his base is extended. Lifts are going to be, again, specifically using a butterfly hook. I can elevate, and I can also extend. So the whole idea of this, again, is to build the confidence with control of the open guard, but it's also to just savagely break this guy's base down. I'm constantly kicking his legs out, extending him, lifting him with his hooks so that he's too spread out to have a good base and finish the pass. Maybe you've noticed since we've already been talking about this that we're trying to only focus on a couple things, but from there's so many things. But what if we do this? What if we do that? Could this happen? Yes, it could. So right now we're focusing on upper body control and working on hipping out to create space, kicking the legs out or lifting the legs, or many combinations of all of those things. Creating space, controlling, kicking out, all that kind of good stuff. So for the kicks, again, I need to hip out. I need to hip out so that I can get my feet on him. I can't do it from here. So I hip out, and what I want to do is, let's say this guy's got a little bit of solid base. This is something that I've talked about with my guys, is I want to Jenga the legs. You guys remember Jenga? You set it up. Sometimes the block's really easy to push out and put on top. Other times it's like it's super glued in there. So I don't want to force a kick in Jenga if it's too solid. So a lot of times if I go to kick and it's too solid, then I'll put a hook in, whether it be on that side or the opposite side. So I go to kick hard, oh, not a really good Jenga piece, I'm gonna scoot out. Now I can hook the other side and start to elevate. Now you saw that as I elevated, it kind of extended his base. He tries to put that leg up again, and then I kick it out, and now I come on top. So that's an example of kind of really using those kicks and hooks to lift and it slowly extend his base over time. So what this looks like for real, it's not a very glamorous drill, but again, I'm just controlling at first. He's just trying to not be a total fish. We're gonna just kind of work and control. So I open my guard, I've got my foot on the hips. First attempts don't work, that's okay. When I'm ready, when I feel it, I go. So the goal is to kind of use these legs, and it's hard to maybe tell on camera, it may even look a little bit silly, but this guy should feel like he's, you know, there's an earthquake happening. And when I get somebody elevated or their base extended, so I get him too long or I elevate him with a hook, it's not just enough to use the legs, I have to use my upper body to steer him. So we always think about, arm position might be a little funky, but always think about steering a school bus. Giant steering wheel, so whatever my grip may be, over, double under, whatever, I want to turn the guy. So let's say here I've hipped out, I try to get a foot on the hip, I kick this one out, gives me room to hook over here. Now from here, if I just lift, it's not good enough. I'm gonna turn this way, coming over the top, right to mount. Again, there's infinite ways to do this. You wanna start with this, with the top man only worried about trying to give you some good looks. From there, it's good to then ask him to start trying to posture, not just lay there and let you do your thing. Little bit of resistance, focusing on posture. Again, from this drill, you'll learn new sweeps. You'll see how difficult it is for the guy on top to be offensive when he's extended. Again, it could go many different directions, but we want to start with grips and focus on hips, kicks, and lifts. Hey guys, that video was a little bit different style. Let me know below in the comments if it was helpful at all. Thanks.